and welcome into round 2 of this heavyweight title bout. John, winner between UMBC and Vermont has home court throughout the tournament.
Exactly right. Even though Vermont has a 1-game lead after their win here last night, if UMBC were to win the rematch this evening, they would get the #1 seed. The teams would tie for the regular season title, but UMBC would get home court, as you said, throughout the playoffs. 4 hours. That's a pretty good run for anybody. 7 for 8 from outs from the 3-point line.
The key matchup this afternoon, though, is going to be Ryan Davis as LJ Owens matches a 3. I think I'm going to rule in your favor. Here's Rogers for 3.
And obviously, that's a good sign for UMBC.
Here's Akin now with Murphy.
He can make that move. He's so good going to his right.
UMBC with just 1 turnover so far. Triple down on Idle Rock, leaves Kennedy open for 3.
You can't leave Kennedy that open. He's too good a 3-point shooter. Not as sharp. They were really sharp last night.
Pull up by Kennedy.
John Becker might call a timeout here. Yep.
9-point lead for UMBC with 7:05 left in the half. What a turnaround from last night.
What he was doing, getting him some rest, because he certainly brought some energy to the court since he's come back in the game.
He'd certainly be the odds-on favorite. Kennedy with a slice.
But he hasn't had to be as involved as he was last night when nobody else could get going. Bunyasith can be on instant offense, all at his size.
5 to shoot for UMBC. Spasojevic turns around
that's
and
a
scores.
Bonus. That may be the longest shot he's made all season.
From Powell on Akin. Now they back off. Akin taking Powell to the basket. Kept alive by Spasojevic. Kennedy will pop and score.
And that's a huge 3 for UMBC.
And the Retrievers will have to settle for a 14-point lead. That man, Keandre Kennedy, #0 for UMBC. Anything but. 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, and he has lifted UMBC, John. Shot clock to 20 now for the Retrievers.
Again.
They've been held scoreless here first 5 minutes of the second half.
That
Akin.
was a good offensive possession. Idle Rock gets in the lane.
Here's Patella with Horvath. He'll take him and score.
Patella can't guard Horvath inside.
Here's the lead for UMBC now down to 8. Idle Rock with a step back. And the swish.
That's what I meant earlier about Idle Rock.
You always have. You know, we've been doing this 5 years now.
It's hard to believe.
Can you believe it? It's like we have a relationship. 3-pointer by Idle Rock. That's 5 straight for RJ.
Well, in the second half.
Yeah, good point. Idle Rock all the way.
He is really tough to guard when he goes to the basket if help doesn't come. You see him using a little bit of clock here now.
Akin, the cutter, the score.
And again, Davis could do nothing but stand there and watch. I mean, Richard Barron, the coach at Maine, whose team has been shut down, is a really good basketball.
Look at this break here.
And that's just what Ryan Odom wanted.
Started by the pickpocket. And the Retrievers will come back and win the second of 2 against the Vermont Catamounts. The teams now will tie for the America East Conference regular season championship. And by tiebreaker, UMBC gets home court throughout.
And potentially the first championship game in the America East to be played here in Catonsville since 2008, if they get to the final.
And how about this, John? Since 2016-17, the first year that Ryan Odom was with UMBC, Vermont has lost a grand total of 10 conference games in 5 years, 5 of them against UMBC.
A team that couldn't beat Vermont for years and years.
23-game losing streak.
It all changed when Jairus Lyles made that shot in Patrick Gym. Here you see the standings. UMBC first with a tiebreaker.